Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table, where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everybody, it is Yo on the go back here at the Style Table. You know our show is about style and living, and today we are talking about travel. I am here with my co-host Charles Demetrius Lucas, and we are flight attendant professionals who are retired, but nevertheless we have 50, 60, 90 years of experience between the two of us, and we look good, right? We look young and we look good. So, Charles, welcome to At the Style Table.
Well, thank
my
you,
co-host.
Yolanda. I'm happy that I'm finally here. I mean, I thought you were, just ignoring me. I mean, I know I've worn the same thing for probably 20 years, but, I have a little style, I guess. But I'm happy to be here, and I know you all are happy to be here because the world is opening up. We're able to travel again. Just today, one of the airlines had $49 tickets, but even though I checked, there were no $49 tickets, but they had them. So if you got them, good luck. But otherwise, we're going to talk about traveling. Now, we've done a lot of traveling over the time. We've traveled together over the years. We have some stories that we can't tell you today, but maybe if we meet you for a drink.
Right.
But we're going to start off with that, but I'm going to turn it over to my co-host. And we're going to start and we're going to talk about it. And she's going to talk about the travel, the style. I'll talk about the travel.
We're going to start from start to finish. We're going to start from before you get to the airport. Some of the things that you need to make sure that you have your documents, have all of that ready. When you're booking your ticket, make sure if you have pre-check, make sure you get that number in the ticket when you're booking that ticket. Make sure that you have if you're opening up some kind of mileage program, if you're a part of that, make sure your miles are on there when you're booking that ticket. And again, check with the State Department for whatever's going on in the countries that you're checking out of. And downloading those apps.
Yeah, because I remember I was trying to go to Cuba one time and got to the airport and they told us we couldn't go as U.S. citizens, and I forgot to check the State Department and we couldn't go. So make sure with things going on in the world today that you check and you make sure where you're going, and also register with the State Department to let the U.S. know that you're out of the country at that time. And I'm going to use yours, Yolanda, right here, but I say we talk about getting your documents. Make sure you get something to keep everything in order. Even if you're traveling with someone, they have these nice passport folders. Put your passport, you can put your information in there, your COVID card, whatever you need, you can put it in there and have it, because when you're going through security, trying to board an aircraft, do all those things, the last thing you want to do is be rumbling through your pockets and pocketbooks and things, looking for things. And if you had it all in one place, it'll be great.
And definitely make sure that it's like in pockets and things that are handy, but make sure that those pockets you're paying attention to. Don't leave your bags unattended. Make sure that you're cautious because you don't know who's watching you as well.
So true.
And as far as downloading those apps, any airline that you fly, they all have apps. They all have an app. Download that app. So when you're checking in your bag, whatever, they know where you are. They know everything. They know where your bag is. You can get all that information. If your flight's going to be canceled or delayed before you even get to the airport, go ahead and set yourself up for those texts and that information so you're not wasting any unnecessary time or energy, because if your flight's canceled, you don't want to pack up yourself and the kids and everybody, and you get to the airport and your flight's canceled, and they had already sent you a text or there was an alert on your phone that you didn't that you could have gotten because you didn't have an app. Or
Yeah. Also, if you have like an iPhone, like I do, you can always download or put a copy of your boarding pass and all that information into your wallet, and you have it. It can be scanned, and you don't have to worry about having a paper boarding pass or looking for it on the app because they do time out after a while. But you'll have it, and you can pull it up and use it. So that is a good one to bring up, Yolanda. Downloading those apps before you get to the airport, because sometimes the internet just doesn't work in the terminal with everyone. So you'll have it and you'll be set.
and it's easier to get through. So we also have, like, there's snacks and things that you want to make sure that you pack because you might be running, you have tight connections. It's always nice to have some kind of snacks in your bags or empty water bottles.
I mean, have you seen how much trail mix is now in the airport?
Ooh,
On the wall,
yes.
$8, $9 for a bag of trail mix that you get for $2 at Walgreens. So pack, especially if you have small kids or you have certain types of needs,
Right.
because on the plane or in the terminal, especially now with COVID, a lot of things are closed, and you want to make sure you have everything you need, especially if you have special needs and need something quickly. Remember, you can't bring liquids or peanut butter or yogurt or things like that, but you can bring any solids or anything that you need for that to keep you know, keep your sustenance at that time.
Right, because if you're diabetic or something and you need something in a hurry, just the other week I went to San Diego and I had to literally run to the gate because I was, of course, running late. And but I was able to run and grab some food because I was thinking, oh my God, this flight's 5 hours. I might get a cookie because they're not serving a whole lot on these flights. So we're lucky to be getting a beverage. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I was able to grab something, and thank goodness I had it because I needed everything that I grabbed.
And we know about running through airports. We met running through the airport. Remember
Ooh,
the flight canceled and we had to
yes.
run to the other airline that we won't name, but we had to run, and imagine her running in 3-4 inch heels through the airport.
I've got skills. Skills. I got skills at 31 years. I got some skills of
So
running in the
bring your
hills.
snacks. Bring your snacks. Also, another trick, and you see most of the airports now, they're placing the water bottle machines where you can fill your water bottle. So I always say bring an empty water bottle or empty cup or something if you know you need water. Because when you're boarding the aircraft, it's nice, and flight attendants will get you a cup of water, but sometimes it's inopportune. So if you can get it in the terminal. It's not a necessary water fountain, but it's just something you can go up, fill up your bottle or your cup, and you'll have water or whatever you need for the flight or for boarding or for just while you're sitting in the terminal.
Yeah, because those machines, they're filtered water. So that's really cool. So you can fill
Mm-hmm.
up your bottles and go. They're usually near the bathrooms.
Sometimes, well, I hope,
Oh,
well,
no.
maybe not, but they're in the terminals.
They're in the
Just
terminals.
look.
Yeah.
Usually where
Not
the
like
water
in the
fountains are,
bathroom.
but
Right.
yeah.
Right. And so you want to have that. Now, as far as packing your bags, some of the things I like to tell people when they're packing their carry-on bags, as far as making sure, pack one outfit, one like sundress or shorts, t-shirts, whatever. Just pack something, because the airlines are really good about not losing bags anymore. Trust me, they've gotten really good. You can track your bags with your new app that you've downloaded. But just in case something does happen, like many times, like I've gotten to the airport and the airline might say, "Oh, well, you should have been here. Like the cutoff is 40 minutes. We can't. You're going to have to put your bag on the next flight." So I need something right away. I'm going to Florida or I'm going to the Caribbean or whatever. So my bag will not be with me when I land. I have to wait till they take it to my hotel or whatever if they do that, because it was my fault. I was late. So just so you know, they might not do that because it was my fault that I was late. So I always pack a sundress and a bathing suit and flip-flops in that carry-on bag. So I am ready to go when I'm there and start enjoying my vacation right away. And also one other tip, we all share that little bitty bathroom. Please, it is turbulent. Put some kind of footies or socks. Don't walk in that bathroom without with your bare
And you're
feet.
talking about on the plane.
On the
Oh, yeah,
plane.
okay,
On
to
the
the plane.
plane. I see we used to see people come back and they would no socks, nothing, just
Go into
out
the
there.
bathroom.
Yes.
Yes.
The airlines try to, with the help of the flight attendants, try to keep it, but that's not their job to be the potty police. Their job is to make sure that you're safe and protected, and get you that extra pack of peanuts or whatever. But we just don't, we do, but
We don't. Well, Yolanda, we have to pay some bills right now.
that's
So
right.
we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Oh. All right, you guys, we are back.
Yes, we're back. How's everybody doing? Who's booked the flight so far? I'm looking. I can see. I see you. San Diego this time of year is beautiful. Oh, somebody's going to Fort Lauderdale. That's even better.
So where are you going? Well, you want to do it in style. So you're running to the airport, right? What are you wearing? You got to get through security, right? You got to check your bag. You got to do all those things. So you need to be dressed, of course, cute, but you also want to be dressed for maximum mileage through the airport. You want to be able to get through that airport efficiently and effectively like a running back for a Super Bowl team, especially if you booked your flight with 30-minute connection.
So you mean I just can't go in my t-shirt and sweatpants and my Crocs? I mean, what's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, think about trying to run in those Crocs.
Oh, but hey, you put them in sports mode and pull that back up. You can do anything.
Well, you have to pull that back up on those Crocs. You have to pull the back up, but
But what would you say? We've talked about getting to the airport. Now we're there. You're checking in. You're going through security. You got to board the plane. You got to sit down in your seat. How should we look?
cute. You put that athleisure on, put those cute leggings on, and or like a little light sweater. I would always say layer too, because you can, once you get there, if it's someplace warm, you can take that pullover off or that unzip that jacket and put your flip-flops that you have in your bag next to your swimsuit and your sundress or whatever. Put those on so you're ready to walk out and you're ready, you're cool, you're relaxed. But you want to dress also for the airplane because it is cold.
Yes. Now, I've always been, that if it ain't Boeing, I'm not going flight attendant. So, I prefer the Boeings, the 737 or the 757s, but I'll give you a secret. That little section right behind coach, and now, they make it the premium sections on most aircraft where you have more leg room and you might get this, that, or the other. Well, they're usually the cold ones because that air vent is right up above your head, and I don't care what the temperature is outside, that area is going to be cold. Or it's going to be too hot or whatever because the air comes down and it circulates through the aircraft. So make sure that whatever the temperature is outside, think that the aircraft is going to be different in the inside. If it's cold, if it's hot, it's going to be cold in the inside. If it's cold outside, it's going to be hot. So dress accordingly. You want to dress comfortably, and as Yolanda said, you want to do it in style.
Right.
But you still want to make sure that you cover all your bases. Because guess what's not on the planes anymore during COVID? Blankets. So if you're cold-natured, you need to bring something. Now, Yolanda probably pass out if I told you to bring a blanket right now because it's just not stylish. But
well, I mean, you can bring it, but make sure if you bring it, that's just one other thing that you have to make sure you can. I'm all about getting to that through that airport, especially when I had to commute to work and commuting home, and I was trying to make that flight. And I would see people running for their connections and dragging the blanket, the pillow, the flip flops, and the slides, and just look like they're ready to go to bed, trying to, they've got the comforter, and they're all running and barely making it, if they even make it. If you have all of that, if you packed all that, you're dragging all that on the plane, and it's so funny because some of y'all bring all that, and your flight's like an hour and a half.
Oh, bad. But, there's different things that you can do to just be, stylish with the experience. The airplane experience is what it is. It hasn't changed. It's changed a little bit with COVID, because you do have to wear that mask. You have to, there are no blankets, there are no pillows. You might get a wipe to sanitize your own seat when you get on board, which is probably better than it was before COVID, because I don't know if anyway, but you get that little wipe or you bring your own wipes, you wipe everything down, you get settled. And once you get in that air, it is what it is, because they're not going to turn around and go back. If you forgot something or if you don't have a blanket or adequate clothes and you're cold. So once it takes off or once it pushes back from that gate, and you do not want it to go back to that gate once it pushes back, because that means a mechanical or something else, and you don't want that. But you need to be, and I shouldn't say you need to be, but be prepared for any circumstance. And even though you're going to the sun in Aruba, you might have an Arctic blast on that 3-hour flight going there.
Right.
So make sure you're prepared.
Especially, like he said, sometimes what happens is you guys will say, oh, it's cold, it's cold. You're sitting there with like little tank top on, your cute little shorts. And I'm like, we're out of blankets, or, there
are no blankets
There
anymore.
are no blankets, and, you look really cute, but you're cold. So you need to dress accordingly and be ready for that plane. Like you said, especially in the summertime, because they're trying to keep that airplane cool. Mm-hmm. So the blast it's going to be cold. And a lot of times, if it's cold, very cold up front, everybody's like, oh, it's cold, it's cold.
It's hot in the back.
It's hot in the back.
We're sweating.
Right. And so then all they do is switch it. So then the people in the back are now really cold, and the people in the front are very hot.
I'm back there, shirt, tie, vest, lined pants, trying to stay cool. But before we get on the plane, there's a few other things that we want to mention for some of you. If you're a savvy traveler, you've probably heard of pre-check or global entry, because if you have global entry, they automatically give you pre-check.
Yes.
So. And global entry is for your international travel to help you get through customs. And there are other companies like Clear, and there's some others that I've seen that'll help expedite your experience going through security. I tell you, they're worth it.
It is.
Since we've retired and we don't have our,
little
superhero uniforms and our special IDs anymore, we have to go through like regular people. The first time I had to do that, I was like, what do you mean? I can't take my big over 3.5 ounce, shampoo or whatever. But, but you have to be prepared, and those help you get through security. And sometimes those lines are pretty long. I just did a trip.
Yeah, they are long because people are dying to get out, and people are getting out. Mm-hmm. My flights, every flight that I had was full.
Yeah,
it was full. So people are dying to get out. So you need to get ready. And some of us are out of the swing of things too,
some of them are.
because we haven't traveled. We've missed a beat or two for the last couple of years.
It just like I just came back through Phoenix. I was in New Orleans and Phoenix. And when I got to New Orleans airport, the line was out the door. I was just sitting there like, what is going on? But I didn't think too long because I had Clear. So I just went on went through, and I was able to get through, and it was just like I had on my suit of armor and my trusty Magic ID going through security. So I would say, look into those and also get there early.
Yes.
I had a friend dropped off at the curb 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours before the flight, got to the flight when it was boarding 30 minutes prior. That's how long it took them to get through security. So especially if you travel with little people and have a lot of people, get there early and be prepared and make sure you do it in style.
And speaking of which, I know some of you guys like to have your designer your Louis Vuitton luggage, and it all looks really good. It's all like fabulous.
Love it, love
But
it.
make sure you're in the first like 4 or 5 people to be boarded, because once they run out of space, they're concerned about taking the flight off on time. The flight taking off on time. They're I mean, they really appreciate that you brought your designer
They're
luggage.
not going to be.
They're checking that bag.
They're not going to be gentle with your Louis or whatever.
They have to keep it moving. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure if you're going to bring it and you're not in the first 4 rows or first zones,
mm-hmm.
then you want to make sure that you have a good plastic cover or protective cover for that piece of luggage, because it will get checked. Mm-hmm. And so they're not going to debate with you because there's no more space. They're just going to check it.
All right. Well, we've given you a lot to think about right now. So we're going to take a short break while you go and look and see which airline had those super low fares to see where you want to go. Right. We're going to take a quick break to pay some bills, maybe take a potty break, and we'll be right back.
Potty break?
Well, somebody has to go to the bathroom, whatever. All right. All right.
Hey, everybody. We are back here at the Style Table talking about travel.
Yes. Now, I want to hear who booked what while we were gone. I know some of you did. Who's going on that cruise, or somewhere, or some far off place? I mean, I hear the Maldives is beautiful. I've never been there. How about you?
No, but I can tell you this. If you're going on a cruise, I suggest you book your trip the day before and get to that port the day before.
That is a good one.
Yeah, because if you book to just like a day or even that same day to catch that cruise,
somebody sneeze on the runway and it's a delay and you won't be on your cruise.
Right. And the weather is crazy. I mean, it was just like snow and ice here this past weekend here in the DMV. And then like today it's like 70 and sunny.
It's what they say, the older people say, it's pneumonia. And I guess I'm getting older.
Pneumonia weather.
Because you don't know what's going on. And it's even worse for the airlines because it'll start raining. I mean, I've landed many times. We're landing and it's dry. And I look on the other side of the airport and it's coming down. And I'm like, oh, Lord, my life will be different today because I don't know what time we're going to depart because it's raining on the other side of the airport.
Right. And I'll have people say to me, well, I just talked to my friend and they said the weather is clear, but that's on the ground.
Yeah.
The weather, what's going on in the air is what's going to affect you. Right.
That is not at the airport. That is where they are because storms do move.
They do. And
so be prepared with that. But now we're at the airport.
Yep.
We're there in style. We've told you what to pack, what to bring, what to do.
And one other thing real quick, going through security, you guys. Make sure if you're women or men and you have on all your cool like jewelry, make sure you just don't wear that in the airport. Just wait till you get through security and put all that on, especially if you're running late, because by the time you get through pulling all this off, then you got to hope that it's in the little bowl and you're pulling out, guys, you're pulling all the stuff out. Don't cram every nickel and whatever coin in your pocket, and put that stuff in your carry-on bag so you can get through security efficiently. And once you get to the gatehouse, you can put on all your stuff and look all cute, whatever you have to do, but do all of the accessorizing after you get through security.
And you just brought up a great point. Thank you for bringing that, because I'll share with you all. I have this, and many of you might know this is an insulin pump. So this is a medical device that I have to carry. And believe me, I did put it through the machine one time for the x-ray. And after I paid that $1,500 copay again, it'll never go through again. So even though I have all the expedited security things, I still have to go in and put my hands up and go in that little machine. I can't go through the little electric thing. But if you have
medical
devices, knee replacements, things like that, there are forms that you can get from your doctor. And when you go through the line, a lot of times, you let the agent know and they will do the special screening for you. So if you know that you have a medical need, you might need a little more time because sometimes if you're a male, they have to wait for a male agent to come and pat me down, where a female agent, I might not be comfortable, they're not
And
comfortable.
vice versa.
So it might slow up your process. So if you have medical devices, keep that in mind when you go through the airport, and make sure that you have everything you need. But now we're going to the boarding portion.
Okay, and we're going to start out with, no matter what happened before that didn't work out, when you get to that gate agent, be patient, be polite, because you get a lot more good stuff. You get a lot more patience, you get a lot more attention and support when you're nice and when you're polite and when you're patient.
And that's if you have to even communicate with them. Most airlines now today, like we said, they have the apps, they have the screens where you can see if you're on the standby list or whatever, where you place. They have all of that, the numbers of the zones they're boarding, or if they're using the alphabets and things. They have that all there for you to see. So you don't even really have to deal with the gate agent unless they're scanning your boarding card. And some of them now, they even have the things where they just do. So if you have it on your phone, you're ready to go and you can get there. But if you do have to communicate with them, I would say the most important time to communicate with them, let's say you have kids, or if you have a infant in arms, or you have someone elderly that you're assisting,
Right.
You might want to make sure that their wheelchair is on their reservations, because a lot of times we would see someone say, I had a wheelchair, and then we would land and they'd be still sitting there, and we're like, you had a what?
Right.
I have a 9-hour and 30-minute layover. You need to get off this plane so we can get where we're going. But this person didn't have a wheelchair and no one knew. So communicate with the agent. It's okay to double check. Sometimes they're busy. Be nice, be polite. But if you have special circumstances, communicate with them. That's the best way to do it. And they can help you out to make sure that you have what you need.
And as far as if you're like me, I need my upgrades. So I need amenities. So I make sure, that's why this app is so important. I was in San Diego and the gate agent, it was early morning, and she was just like, okay, next, I'm tired. I'm just trying to, and it was just basic information that was on the screen. So, it's kind of like, I can understand. But as I go up there and I go, is there any upgrades available? And she says, well, you'll have to book that through reservation. I went right to my app. Boom. Guess what? Upgrade available. I was like, boom, got it. My seat changed right on my phone. I was like, woo, yes, relaxing.
I don't mind
beautiful
flying
thing.
in steerage. I mean, an upgrade is nice, but I'll sit and coach, and do what I have to do,
I like my bedroom. I like getting off first.
I forgot you was the first class, flight attendant. I'd work coach,
I worked coach too. The
Yeah, we worked coach together, but
passengers
still.
in the back are fun.
Yeah. Well,
Listen, I remember being in D zone back in the day when there was smoking. I'd fly international.
oh, that's for my time.
Okay. Wow. So, I would be in D zone, and that would be where all the smokers were, but they were the partiers. They were so much fun. Oh my God, that was my favorite spot. I would always get stuck back there. Now I probably have some kind of, thank God I don't have lung cancer, but I had a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun in the back going international.
Those are the days. But while you're being nice to your gate agents, you also have to be, we ask that you be nice to the flight attendants that get on board.
You know what, y'all, really? The flight attendants know what it's like to miss connections because they commute to work. The airplane is their bus.
A lot of them.
Yes, a lot of them are running to catch their commuter flights. Just like you said, they understand. They really do understand. It's not that they don't care. They really do understand what you're going through because they're trying to make their connection too when their trip is over and they're trying to get home.
And there's a saying, and I won't say it all here, but flight attendants are here to save your, not kiss your. So be nice.
Be nice.
Kind.
Be kind.
You know, just like we don't know what type of day you're having, you don't know what type of day we've had as well.
Right. And I will say, since I've been traveling during COVID a bit, the crews have been lovely.
Yes.
They have been very nice, very patient, very helpful, very respectful. So, you know, I will say in my career, most of the time, at least this was pre-COVID because I retired. We both retired with COVID. When past, it was like a small percentage where people were just like really rude or whatever. And many times when you were taught, by the time we would talk to them, because we are also therapists, I don't know. We do everything.
To our colleagues, but the passengers too.
The passengers, we are therapists, we are daycare, we are everything. We are teachers. We do everything on that airplane. But by the time you get through talking to that passenger, you'll realize it had nothing to do with you, the airline. It was whoever did what, and it could have been last week.
They just want to vent sometimes, and you let them vent, and then they become your best friend, and you get that nice letter in your file and things like that. But it's time for us to pay some bills again. So we've given you a lot of information. We're going to allow you to take a moment to sit back, relax, and think about
enjoy
what we
the flights. Sit back and
sit back, relax,
and enjoy your flight.
Yes, indeed. So we'll be right back in a moment.
Hey everybody, it's Yo on the go back here at the Style Table with my co-host Charles Demetrius Lucas.
She's using my whole name
because it's just so fabulous.
Lord. Okay, so we've taken off. We're in the air. You'll hear that. We've reached an altitude where it's safe to use portable electronic devices of lesser-approved devices and times can be used. Can be found in blah, 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 blah.
And he remembers all that stuff. I'm like, turn your stuff on.
Yeah.
It's time to turn
And they're probably going to tell you what the service is going to be if you're lucky enough to get one. You know, some flights you'll get, it's too short.
But if you had Charles on your flight, he was going to make sure
he was
just
I was going to make sure you got the basket now.
Yes, that's right.
You know,
he was just on
the
top
basket. Of it. You know, that's an inside joke. But where's the basket? Where's your basket, your husband?
We don't have one.
But we're at that point where you're in the air. The chaos of boarding is over. You've taken off. And now the flight attendants are getting up. They're doing their thing, getting ready to provide service. So what do you do now?
Stay in your seat and stay out of the aisle so they can get you your beverage. And just let them do that, and then you can get up. But just let them get through the service.
Because it was like every time you would take the cart, you go in the aisle, and it was like they would hear you release that brake, and then they want to get up and go to the bathroom.
Right. And it's always the people in the very front. And you're already there with the 250-pound cart. So, and of course, what do? We just smile and go, okay.
Step in here, or come around here, or either I got to go all the way to the back, and I probably got an attitude by now. I'm just going to be honest, and then push this heavy cart all the way back up the aisle. So, but we're here to accommodate. So, yeah, you hear the cart coming. You know, some things you can do is be prepared. Now, some of you are, novice flyers. Some of you do it a lot. Some of you can probably tell me what's in the cart better than I can.
And they always tell you they know more than
you do.
Yeah.
They travel more than you, whatever.
All that,
but then when you ask for Dr. Pepper, I'm like,
but I thought you fly more than I do.
We don't serve Dr. Pepper. No.
Or root beer.
No. Or
high C or whatever.
Or Moet.
Tahitian treat.
Or what's the other one that we get all the time? Moscato.
Oh yeah, we don't have Moscato.
You got any Moscato? I'm like, no, we don't have no Moscato. We got dry red and dry white.
Right. Dry being the operative word.
Dry. But you want to be prepared. Usually the airlines will have something either in the in-flight magazine or in the seat pocket, which will tell you what your drink choices are, the charges if there are any, and different things of that nature, and even what their snacks are. Some of it's on the screen where you can just scroll through it to know It makes the service go easier. Everybody gets fed. Everybody gets something to drink. And then, we'll be back to pick up the trash. So,
because, and two, with the alcohol, I was just on a flight and they were not serving alcohol. I was ready for my little free little, I don't know, mimosa or something because it was free. I wanted it. But they are not serving alcohol on the planes right now. So, keep that in mind. And you cannot bring your own alcohol.
Please don't.
Just don't.
Just makes me think of flights to certain places I won't name where, those bottles would come out, or you land and you look in the seat pocket and there are several minis in there.
Or a fifth.
You might not get in trouble right now, but...
Right, but now the FAA is just not playing around. So just, just while you're in the air, just pull out your little snacks and your little filtered water and watch your movie or get on the internet and make sure that everything's all charged up and just chill, just relax.
Yes.
I know you have the mask on, but you can take it down to eat. Put the mask on, just chill and relax and get there, because it's all about, you've paid for your vacation. Go enjoy it.
Enjoy it wherever you're going. So just make sure, that you know what's going when that cart's coming. Some airlines, I think everyone has pretty much moved from the modified services. And one of the airlines I flew on in February, when I flew on them in March, they're serving alcohol again. So things are returning to normal. So just be prepared, do your research, especially if you have kids, know what they want. If you got their sippy cups, have them ready or whatever.
We like sippy cups, by the way. Yes. Just have it open.
Just have it ready for me. I'll put it in there. And please, 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 if you don't want ice, please tell your flight attendant before they pour it. I'm going to say that one more time so you can hear me in the back. If you don't want ice, please tell us before you pour it.
Now it's time, y'all, to prepare for landing.
I don't have much to say, but only this. Whatever you bought on the plane, make sure you leave with it.
Yes.
Check the seat pocket, the overhead bins. I've seen so many things left behind, chasing you through the terminal, giving it to the gate agent. Making phone calls, say, hey, I have this, that, I have your phone, call me, so we can get it to you or whatever. So
I'm convinced. I'm convinced that the seats eat your cell phones. I'm convinced. I mean, how many times the flight has landed and we're ready to go, and of course the flight attendants are trying to make their commuter flights home, and there's always that one person, I can't find my phone. It's like, okay, why are you putting your phone in the little seat pocket when you have your carry-on bag underneath your seat?
It happens.
So
convenience.
Well,
but I will say, and I know we're short on time.
When we say initial descent, that means
pack it up.
Pack it up.
Pack it up.
Pack it up.
Get it together. Check, double check before you leave that seat. And make sure you got all your cords, because all these planes now have a lot of charging ports and things. You have your cords, you have everything wrapped up. And if you have kids, make sure that they have everything they need. Because once you get off that plane, you can't come back and get Spider-Man that was left on the seat or whatever. And hold on to your stuff during landing. I have seen some things come up that aisle in the years when we land and they hit those brakes. And things start coming down the aisle.
I remember when my March Vogue magazine went flying down that aisle, because my bag was behind the last row of seats on the jump seat, and I looked down and there's my Vogue magazine. Of course, I'm like going, I need, Of course, nobody saw it. They took my Vogue, my $5 magazine.
Everything come down the aisle. And I had to search my own headsets more recently that went flying when we landed, because I had them not in the right place. But so gather your things. Make sure you have it, because a lot of times, especially if you travel international, you can't go back on that plane.
Yeah.
It has to go to lost and found, and that's a whole process. So make sure you know what you have and that you pack accordingly. So there's a lot more I can say, but that's all that I have for now.
And thank you for flying. We hope to see you soon. We hope you enjoyed your flight today.
Yes,
We hope
yes,
you will
yes.
return on, we can't say that.
Yeah, we know you have a choice in other airlines, but we're glad that you chose us today. So, if you have any questions, I guess you can get in touch with
hit us in the comments below.
Yeah, and we can talk some more. I mean, we could talk about this all day long.
All day long.
About the different things, and we just have to be a little measured, but travel is fun. It's great. We want you to do it.
Air travel is great. As a matter of fact, they said that with the chances of you even getting catching COVID or anything on inside the airplane is low. So that I did
keep your mask on. That's
keep that mask on. Oh Lord, listen. Oh Lord, do not take that mask off until they tell you.
Keep that mask on. That's my advice.
Yeah, because they will turn that plane. The pilots are like, don't make me turn this plane around, because they will, y'all. They will, and you will miss your cruise and everything that you have paid for. So make sure that you keep that mask on. Don't play with them.
Yeah. Until next time, be safe, be prosperous, and be nice. It's been my pleasure to be with you all today, and I hope to see you again soon. I'll turn it over to Miss Styles.
On the go. We are out. We are landing. It's time for our debriefing cocktail. See y'all next week. See you
later. Take care.
Thursdays at the Style Table. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, at thestyletable.com. Everywhere. Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table, where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style.